Well, we are currently on our way to the Ikopa River. We are about 80 miles from the town we're heading to. Unfortunately, in one of the more in-between places, kind of in the middle of nowhere, the car has broken down. Black smoke coming out of the engine. Yeah.
With some protection.
Andre got a ride into town, watching some Game of Thrones.
I did.
In case you're wondering, it's going great.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Change of plans. His cousin is on the way with the other vehicle. We're gonna swap to that car, and then we're gonna drive back to Antananarivo. I'm gonna do the drive tomorrow. Well, almost 12 hours later from when we left Antananarivo, we are now back in Antananarivo. Cool spot though. Literally like 37 bucks. Got your bed. Really nice. $38 per night.
That's low, mate.
You can see the Madagascar. The section that Rush said that he thinks no one's done since they did the first descent for the Revolutions tour. It's on the way to the Ikopa, so we thought we would check the flows because if it looks good, we'll probably take the boys here with it. Stick to going up to the Ikopa. We're about halfway there now, but what we just rolled up to is the Madagascar River. Rush mentioned it to me. He thinks that no one's been in there since they did the first descent for the African Revolutions tour. If anyone else has been in there and I'm incorrect in that or we're incorrect in that, definitely let me know. We were excited to check this one out because it looks like a lot of just kind of granite slide potential, and from the video it definitely looks like, you know, just a lot of really amazing slides and whitewater down this whole section. Now I'm going to get a sense of what it looks like downstream. It's a touch low, but looks like southeast flows to me. All right, making progress in the town of Gnarvana. That section, the Madagascar, definitely looked a little on the low side. That one looks so sick, like nothing but granite slides. It's actually like the whole way down, it looks amazing. So yeah, I think we're probably gonna have to hope for rain with that one because we're gonna do 3 days in there, heavy loaded boats, slides, even though southeast flows. I have a feeling the group consensus would be they'd rather rain. Fingers crossed that gets some rain because I would love nothing more than to do that section. It looks amazing from Google Earth and obviously from all the videos from Rush. Now we're gonna get some lunch, keep cruising to the Ikopa. I'll be back in the morning. Putting down of Antananarivo. The wide river. Brown. Which made it. Alright, made it to Tanana here at the bottom of the Ikopa, the Young Gun section. For such a massive river, it's so sick that it's essentially a roadside section, or at least easy put in, easy takeout, super wide river. Looks super sick. We're stoked to finally make it up here. Really looking forward to seeing this thing tomorrow. Yeah, stoked we made it. Yeah, tomorrow finally get to see the Ikopa. Crazy how wide the river is with how many channels there are, but can only imagine it's gonna look even crazier when we get in there tomorrow. Stoked, it's gonna be awesome. Let's go. Oh yeah, we're off. put in town, Antananarivo. Let's go. We are not much higher elevation than the ocean right now. It's hot. Merci. Haha. It's about eight miles or so from the put-in to the first like proper rapid, but like it doesn't feel like it's high water, but we have absolutely no reference. I would say 80 different lines you can do. I would say probably middle ones. Now at the point it should start getting good, about 8K to go. This is the last wide one, and then we have a couple narrow ones where all the water comes together. Looks like they could be sick. Looks like we've got all the flow now.
How much are you like now? What's your feeling? Would you run it 50-50 or it's just giant?
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, I'm gonna go take a look from next to the big feature. Well, it's definitely not small. So luckily, really the only hole is on the left right there. But this first curler could reject you pretty hard and send you left. That hole's just a lot more of like it would rip you out of your boat or your paddle out of your hands than I expected.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like you just drive left a bit because you're going to be driving right at this first one. I really wanted to do it, and it does look really sick. The top part doesn't bother me as much, but that breaking wave hole that's like halfway, it's a lot more powerful and much more of like a hole than I expected. It looks a lot more like just kind of like surging, which it still kind of does, but it stayed much more like a pocket to get just destroyed in than I expected. And the problem is you can't just stay right of it, which would be the easiest thing to do if you're able to. The strongest part of it is on the right side. That could send you into the pocket. And the other problem is that in theory you could try to surf the wave above it, left of it, but the problem is you would already be driving really, really hard right to avoid that first big hole just a few waves above it. And on top of that, in order to make it all the way right of that first bigger hole, you have to not get rejected by this really big curler here. If it was like bust through this first curler, stay right of the next hole, and you're essentially like home free, or at least not really any more like big features or big holes, then I would be fired up for it. But after getting a closer look at that hole down there, it's just like bust through the curler. If you end up staying right in the big hole, you then have to turn around and try to scramble left of the second one, and the second one just looks like you could definitely get utterly destroyed, lose your paddle, maybe get ripped out of your boat. And then there's still a good bit of whitewater to go downstream, plus a few rock piles. I got excited, but not for me today. Some deep sand. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see, I'll be close. I can go right a bit, but that would be really bad to go into it. You can go right a bit. I think the only way to do that is to put in on the right. You'd be fine, just a matter of what's downstream. Gonna run this one, and unfortunately, with how rocky and pretty savage it is downstream around the corner, and a lot more big holes, just wasn't worth trying to run it from this side and potentially end up in that hole, lose my paddle, get ripped out of my boat, all that. And there's a nice tongue down the right, so I'm gonna work my way back upstream, ferry across, put in on the right, send it. It's gonna be great. Fun being back in Whitewater, intimidating but fun. It's always so funny how much bigger things are once you're in it versus scouting. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah, I stayed like middle and then just cut left late. Stayed left and then, but even like going down the left, there were a couple holes still.
Yeah. We could go.
You can tell we're only at about 150 elevation. It is hot. Well, it would just suck to by accident go into the second part. You're thinking middle, moving left. The rapid looks very steep and very rocky. Time some drone scouting. Stop there.
Yeah, stop here in the center.
Turn right. I think there might be a big hole.
Here.
No, that'll be fine.
This it's just curlers.
That's the curler. That looks like more of a hole, but hopefully we can see it. And then a lot of shallow channels down the left. Go under the drone! To set a marker for where those guys could run the other channels, and then I went over into the main flow. But well, I say main flow, there's like 20 channels, the bigger channel. Oh, the fun one. That looks stout. So this looks really stout. This thing is huge. And what's even scarier is right around the corner where it disappears, it goes over a colossal pour-over. And the photos we've seen were from low water.
This is massive waterfall.
Waterfall. Just because it drops like 100 feet in one rapid doesn't make it a waterfall. Looks fairly casual to go right, but I think it's worth. We have better chance of paddling the whole way on this side.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I went here.
That is gonna be a no for me. To no shock at all, there's a huge hole right there. Yeah, we're good. So we're gonna be able to run these, and then we'll go down the most left channel, but then we'll have options to get out here. Madagascar Malupa. That is pretty no from Dog. What's funny is that David said he thinks that Malupa before it changed obviously looks worse than this. So crazy, that huge rapid had a massive hole at the bottom, and then right after it goes right into this hole. Been fun to run this last run out of this rapid, but we wouldn't have been able to make the very left of a massive hole. It is hot. We are just getting sun. Like, I think we're on about 7.5 hours, something like that. I forgot my watch today. About 3 kilometers left. It's pretty much 3 kilometers of non-stop whitewater. What do you think? Take the time to figure out what this is, or just go down the right? Because this looks really hard to get down to where we can really see it. I'm fine to just start right. Like, there's only been one that's looked good. That looks as big as the others. Big wave train down the middle. You can see it from here. I don't remember the last time I was able to come to a side channel, scout a decently sized rapid, and then paddle back up and just run it. have been able to do on the left line, but look, rocky ass. That is the young gun section of the Ikopa. Yeah, we got the paddle. That was fun. Now I need something cold to drink.
Maybe we go around where the boats are.
Yeah, I see the car. We told you 4 hours. How long was that? 9? Nice work, buddy.
Yeah, honestly, like those last two went way faster than I expected.
We also didn't take the time to look in the upper big one. But that's true, the last one looked like it was going to be a lot stouter.
Yeah, like just in comparison.
I mean, it was. We just took the sneak lines.
Yeah.
But it wasn't long, it was steep. Oh no. Doing great. Thank you. Woo. That was fun. 7 hours. That was a fun run. Crazy how many channels are out there. Yeah, that was a lot of time in the sun.
How much time you spent there?
7. Grazie via.
The thing is, it's better to actually, when it looks smaller, according to what we had today.
We're 52
This is steep. That part is steep.
But only in that one rapid, really.
No.
Dude, the other ones are going to be small. After today, those are going to be really small. We are beat. 7 hours in almost 100-degree heat. A lot of time on the boulders, a lot of time scouting, a lot of time filming. Water was only so warm to refresh you, but oh, that was a fun day. The river's super wide, so many different channels. I can totally see like any lower, you know, everything would channelize a little more, but then some more of the rapids might look a little cleaner, but at the same time you wouldn't have the options to run those other channels. So like, kind of seems like you can't really go wrong with the water levels when you go into there. And yeah, that was super fun. Great to check that section out. Glad we got a couple of the big rapids. That first one was just, it's just not what I was feeling today, but the other ones I got were super fun. Then a lot of really fun, just kind of random little channels to kind of like get around like the bigger channels that weren't good. Still got plenty of good big water. Got a little bit of like the micro creeking. Yeah, really fun combo today. Yeah, Ikopa was super fun. Now we just have to decide what we want to do tomorrow for our last day before we meet up with Caleb and Adrian. Move on from there, but yeah, that was super fun. Ikopa was a great time. Super interesting river. Stoked.